Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the RDG Sports Channel with your boy RDG talking about your Commanders. Let's get started on today's show, but before that, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. And please comment. I enjoyed your guys' comment. I've been reading your comments. I try to answer most of them. I think, in fact, I answered all of them. You guys mean a lot to me. We hit 200 subscribers. Give yourself a round of applause. We're on the road to 500. I just started my podcast. I'm very humble and happy at the same time that you guys thought of me enough to tune in and subscribe to my channel. I'm very happy for that. If it wasn't for you guys, like I always say, I'm nothing without you guys, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I need you guys to know that. You know, it really, truly means a lot to me. With that said, let's go ahead and start the show off. I want to talk about Chase Roullier, Terry McLaurin, and Chase Young. They announced that Chase Roullier announced his retirement just the other day, Wednesday, on social media. Let me read. Roullier, 29, was released by the Washington Commanders on May 5th after finishing the 2021 and 2022 seasons on injured reserve. These 2 years have also given me, and I'm quoting from Chase Roullier, these 2 years have also given me a lot of time to reflect and gain clarity on my priorities in life, Roullier wrote in a lengthy post on Instagram. This decision has not been an easy one, but after lots of prayer and processing, I am confident it is the right one. Close quote. Roullier appeared in 69 career games, 63 starts, since being selected by the Washington out of Wyoming in the 6th round of the 2017 NFL Draft. The Commanders could turn to free agent Nick Gates or rookie Ricky Stromberg, a 2023 third-round pick out of Arkansas, at center for the upcoming season. Now, Nick Gates, I'm not too sure about that, but the rookie Ricky Stromberg, who I don't actually mind going to. You know, he played a lot of center in college. And he also played guard. He's interchangeable. Along with Nick Gates also. But I'd rather go, if I had to place my money on something, I'd rather go with Ricky Stromberg. That's my opinion. Some people want to go with veterans. Ronrivera, you know, he's not a stranger to starting off as a rookie offensive lineman. I will give him credit for that. He's no stranger to that. Ron Rivera preferably like veteran guys, but hey, he learned from mistakes in Carolina. He said, you know, he made the mistake by not going younger. So I wouldn't rule Stromberg out. Definitely wouldn't rule him out. Chase Roullier. Now, Chase Roullier was an interesting case because the guy had talent. Chase Roullier, when he was in, you knew that he was in. He did his thing when he was in there. You know, he was very a serviceable, solid player. You know, no, let me take the serviceable off that. He wasn't serviceable because he wasn't out there on the field. Since 2017, he hadn't started a whole season. I don't think. I haven't done my research on it, but he always at least missed a minimum of 3 to 5 games. You know, then later on, around the last 2 seasons, as stated, you know, he missed a significant amount of time, and that really killed him. He had time to reflect, like he said. You know, the game sometimes physically it takes a toll on certain athletes. They could be doing everything. They could be working out, you know, lifting weights, running, exercising. They could be doing everything, and their body just won't hold up for 16 game season. Now 17 game season, and then you got the preseason, you got the mini camps, you got the training camp. It's just so much that their body endures, and some people's bodies just can't handle that. And understandably, the guy, he lasted 5 to 6 years, and he calling it quits. And you got to respect that and salute the Chase Roullier. I hope you have great plans moving forward and enjoy the rest of your life. You did your thing while you was here, and we all appreciate you, Chase Roullier. Now, getting on to Terry McLaurin. I'm reading this post that said the Commanders, and I quote, most trusted target. And it has wide receiver Terry McLaurin, and then it has NFL MVP candidate with a question mark behind that. Now, that's pretty out there. That's pretty out there. That's it's hypothetical, but is it hypothetical? I mean, Terry McLaurin, if he could do the trifecta, lead the league in yardage, catches, and touchdowns, if he could do that, that's a trifecta. That'd be hard to ignore. But it's very seldom that you see a wide receiver slated as the MVP. That rarely happened. I think the last time it happened was like in 2000. It was not a receiver, it was a running back. I think Adrian Peterson was the last one outside of a quarterback that won an NFL MVP. So it could possibly happen, but I don't see it happening. But if Terry McLaurin have a season like that, if he has a season like that, our record has to be spectacular. We have to have won the NFC East. We have to have been a dominant force on offense for Terry McLaurin to have the trifecta. We have to have been a dominant force on offense. And I'm talking Sam Howell could be runner for MVP. Not Terry McLaurin, but Sam Howell. How about that to throw in some spice? I wouldn't rule it out. Anything is possible when this guy has all the capabilities of being an elite MVP. Well, he's already an elite to me, but an NFL MVP caliber player. He has all the capability. He has all the tools. He has the athleticism. He has the smart. He has the awareness. He has the skill. He has the speed. He has the know-how, and he has that dog in him. Terry McLaurin has that dog in him. So yes, I can see that, and I'm happy that they brung up for him to be mentioned in the same name as an MVP candidate, to have MVP stamp attached along his name. That's not far-fetched to me. I'm a high true believer. I was a believer when I watched footage of him in Ohio State. Now, I wasn't watching Ohio State back in those days. However, I did flash the couple of wide receivers, like Paris Campbell flashed across my board when I watched highlights of Ohio State. I wasn't particularly watching Ohio State back then. When the time Terry McLaurin came out, I wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. But when we drafted McLaurin, I started looking at a lot of his highlights, and I was like, you know what? This guy could be more than a special team. I'm just gonna sit back and see how Jay Gruden uses this guy. Sure enough, soon as minicamp came along, he was making splash plays. It was undeniable, just like Josh Dotson was last year. It was undeniable, and Forbes is doing it this year. That's how you know these guys is going to be good. When you're standing out in practice and mini camps and all that, it says a lot. It really does. It says a lot. And both Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, they stood out. And look what Jahan Dotson did last year, and look what Terry McLaurin has done throughout his career. So no. That's not far-fetched to me. I could possibly see that happening. His name, he may not win it, but his name could be mentioned as an MVP candidate as the seasons end. Now, I want to talk about Chase Young. Warren Sapp was in our training camp last year. And now Warren Sapp is back this year. Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne learned a lot from Warren Sapp. Now, granted, they was already good players. I'm not taking nothing away from those guys. They was already good players. But when you got a Hall of Famer like Warren Sapp, giving you knowledge, giving you more tools to put in your tool belt. Look what Deron Payne did last year. It's not a coincidence. We're talking Warren Sapp. It's not a coincidence at all. And I say that to say Chase Young. We had a guy that used to play here. About 15, I'm just speculating, throwing out there, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I want to say. I'm just throwing it out there. And this guy's a Hall of Famer. And everybody should know who I'm talking about. Bruce Smith. That's right. Bruce Smith. Chase Young. Bruce Smith already. I think Bruce Smith said something when Chase Young first got drafted. He said he don't mind showing the guy some things, a few things, this, that, and the four. I think, Ron Rivera, if you're listening to me, if you somehow see this, why don't you invite Bruce Smith out there to camp? Show him and Montez Sweat some new tools, some old tricks of the trade. You know, Bruce Smith is a Hall of Famer. There's a reason why Buffalo went to the Super Bowl 4 straight times. I was a big Bruce Smith fan when they wasn't playing the Redskins back then. As you can see, I'm sporting a Redskin hat. But anyway, that's not important. But hell to the Redskins. HHTR, baby. Woo! But anyway, Bruce Smith was a guy that single-handedly disrupted the game. He disrupted the game every time he played. Every single time he played out there on the field, he was disrupting the game, causing havoc in the backfield, just interrupting the play. Offensive play callers had to strategize against Bruce Smith. You had to know what 78 was at all times. You had to. And if you didn't, it was going to be a long afternoon. Because once he get other guys warmed up like Darryl Talley and all those guys, you know, and then Kelso on the back end and all those guys on the back end. Come on, man. He had that defense rolling by himself. You know, I just wish we would have got him earlier, but it wasn't possible. But it wasn't possible. By the time he came to the Washington Redskins, he was already, you know, washed up, you know. But it still didn't take away that he's a Hall of Fame player. And I just think those guys can learn a lot from Bruce Smith. Just like Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, learning a lot from Warren Sapp. I just think that's something that Ron Rivera should think about. Because I'm telling you, I remember as a teenager watching the Buffalo Bills go to 4 straight Super Bowls. And who kept standing out on offense? Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Lofton, and BB. But then when you turn over there on that defense, Bruce Smith was almost a one-man army on that side. I'm not taking away Cornelius Bennett. I'm not taking away Talley. I'm not taking away none of those guys. But we all know who got that party started. You know, and as I quote Bruce Smith, let's get this party started, baby. You know, and he did got that party started. So, Ron Rivera, if you can see this video, I need you guys to please share this video so we can, and like this video so we can, you know, so it can reach the masses. Yeah, because somebody need to tell him, tap him on the shoulder, tap Ron Rivera on the shoulder. Hey, Ron, you might want to get Bruce Smith on in here like we got Warren Sapp, Coach Sweat, and Chase Young up. Something to think about, you guys. But anyway, I just wanted to share some enlightenment on those 3 players today. And I know I went and talked about other players too, but that's the nature of the business. Once again, I thank you guys for getting me up to 200 subscribers on the road to 500. We're starting off small, but we're going big. I'm nothing without you guys. This is Arbor DJ. Catch me on an episode. Next episode. Peace.